everybody, live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well. We got ourselves another music show from our Newburyport NCM Hub Studios. We're excited about this. First time guest on the show. Even more excited about that. It is Tim Bear out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Gods and heavens and hells exist within you. All the gods and heavens and hells, they exist beneath you. On your hero's journey back to the start, it's a hero's journey. Tear your ego apart. Just tear your ego apart. Because all the gods and heavens and hells, they exist within you. All the gods and heavens and hells, they exist beneath you. On your hero's journey back to the start, it's a hero's journey. Tear your ego apart. Just tear your ego apart. Tear your ego apart. All right.
Tim Bear out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. How are you, man?
I'm great, man.
So happy to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this is good. So this is one of my favorite way to have guests on. I actually randomly just saw you out one night playing, and I said, "Let's do it." And,
yes.
And here we are.
I immediately said yes. I was like, "Wait, when, where, how?" Absolutely.
Sounds like a great thing.
What
Yeah.
time?
Welcome to the studio. You like it? Feel good in here?
Dude, I've already had a lot of fun. Like, I'm exploring the green screen room, and I've been, meeting the crew and everybody.
Yes, thank you. Nice lead in. The crew today, by the way, producer Sarah Hayden, technical director Ryan Rothberg, Sarah Blackstone, our multimedia manager. That's our small but mighty team here in Newburyport. And so, Tim, let's a little bit about yourself here, first of all.
Yeah.
I got to see you play live. That was fun, but I don't know too much about you. So what do we need to know about Tim?
Man, that's a tough question.
Let's start from the beginning.
Since you asked me to come on, I was like, oh, man, I actually have to do some stock of my life right now.
Oh, sorry, reevaluate?
No, it's a good thing. It was great. I'm smiling. So, it's... I go by Tim Bear.
Yep.
Here's the camera. Hello. My real name's Tim Daly. Hi. I grew up in New Hampshire, outside of Manchester. I I've been traveling around since I graduated school, and man, you could tell I'm like very excited to be here. And, like it's like I have so much to say, and it's like that's such a loaded question.
The first timers get very excited to come on.
Man,
Yes.
I'm
By the
excited.
third time, we'll have you back on. By the third time, you'll be like, Drew wants me on again.
Absolutely not, man. So what am I? Man, I'm a passion person. I'm an artist. I'm obviously using my looping pedal. I use my looping pedal a lot. So that's, I feel like what I'm become known for is kind of doing these like more like almost like sound concepts rather than like songs. So, you know, a lot of people will give me suggestions about like adding more choruses or, you know, more structure around it, but the looping pedal has really kind of left it like an open door. Like my songs are really always changing.
I noticed you mentioned the looping pedal live too, because it's funny, when you said it last time I saw you, you know, by the way, just so you know, this is where everything is being made by me. It's just, and I remembered an Ed Sheeran story where he got, I think he played a big show at Gillette Stadium or something and got like sued on that tour because somebody said, well, he had sound being pumped in. He goes, no, I did not.
He got sued for
like
it.
some older couple, you know, you can picture some 70-year-old couple who's never heard of a looping station. They're like, oh, I heard a band, but that was not a band. That was one person, you know?
Hilarious.
So, yeah, and they wanted their money back, and he's like, I will give you your money back, but I will tell you, I made every single sound there.
Oh, man. That's awesome. Well, I mean, that's something that I run into pretty much every single show.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, you know, it depends. There's a lot of kids, like young kids, who are like, he's lip syncing, and they're like, because I'll do, you know, I use this microphone over here sometimes for some harmonies, and they hear stuff played over, and usually they figure it out pretty quickly because most people are asking, like, what's happening right now? How's one guy on a guitar kind of doing that?
Yeah.
But it draws them in, actually. So it's a really great tool for kind of connecting with the audience that way.
Oh, okay. So we'll teach you something here, kids.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's been a lot of kids who are like, wow, I need a looping pedal. Like, Dad, I want that for Christmas. So,
oh, wow.
But also, you know, I play for a lot of older folks who have never really even seen a looping pedal before. The technology is completely new. Like so what it is, it live records and you record over yourself. So like the concept is pretty easy, but seeing how it's done, it certainly takes a bunch of preemptive thought and planning. So
I mean, you don't see that work before if you go to like see you play live. You don't see all the prep work you do, but it comes very naturally. You must get to a point where it's kind of it feels like it's just you have complete control of this thing. It's almost like nothing could go wrong. It's just that's his. Well, it's funny you should say that.
You think. No, most of the time it goes pretty great.
Yeah.
You know, most of my shows I'm playing around New Hampshire, in Massachusetts, up to the Lakes region, and you know, so a lot of the spots are just restaurants and bars and whatever local venues that'll have me. So I'm not trying to you know, put on a show that's going to put people off necessarily too. So I don't know. I'm always playing the line of like drawing people in, or I think when I saw you, I was doing mostly covers and stuff, and was trying to like connect with people. So,
that was like the Thursday night dinner crowd. They need to hear something they know.
No, exactly. But that's my job, though. You know what I mean? In a lot of instances, is, you know, it's to be accoutrement. You know, to supplement the atmosphere rather than to own it. You know. So.
But when it's somebody like you though who does have your own songs, and like you obviously want to get your own original material out there too.
Yeah.
You guys must always. I mean, I know the answer to this is yes, but it's like you're always battling that fine line of like, all right, give them a little bit of this, and now here's one you don't know, right?
Yeah. It's when to introduce the originals is always is an interesting game to play with yourself. And I'm very much an interactive performer in terms of like that night when you first saw me. I was that was actually my first time playing that venue, which is called The Spot in Georgetown, and
not far from here.
No, and I was just trying to feel out the room more so, and I noticed that people, I'm totally reading body language the whole time.
Yeah.
So if somebody like I'll play an original early or something kind of original or maybe instrumental that I'm working on, and if somebody responds to that, it's like, oh, okay, I can go off of that. Like you were the eyes that I was like, who were very attentive, and I was like, I was like, okay, what is he responding to right now? And you and your wife, I was like, what are they responding to? And so I would follow that direction, but sometimes the originals don't land at all, and so I stick to Fleetwood Mac, and I do a lot of hip hop and stuff. So it totally depends on the crowd, really.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it's fun because there are those performers too. You probably know friends of yours that play that like there could be 10 people or 10,000. Either way, they're locked into their own little world,
right?
And don't do that.
Yeah, man. There's people who are that can work out for some people sometimes, where where you see something out of context or out of character for the context, and you're like, wow, that was really neat.
Yeah.
But you have to be pretty brave. I've heard a lot of there's not a ton of hip hop venues in New Hampshire.
Right.
Surprisingly, you guys might be surprised by that. But so I've been to a couple of places that I play where they're like, oh man, the guy before he was doing hip hop and it wasn't really landing with our crowd. So I was like, okay, noted. I'm not.
Yes, that's the hint.
Yeah, right. Noted. Because I do. I like to dabble in all genres. But But no, it's I think my job as a firstly, when I'm being hired somewhere, is like totally to not please the crowd, but to please the atmosphere, if you will. And that's different every place, So.
Yeah, so that's a feeling out process. Interesting. Well, it's interesting. I caught you on a night when that was the first time we were both there. That's interesting. Yeah. Again, Tim Baer joining us here. He's home is Portsmouth, New Hampshire. You made that was a new move to Portsmouth, or fairly new?
Yep, 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
So I've been commuting from like Goffstown, Bedford, New Hampshire, which is like 45 to an hour. So I've been commuting. I did the whole. This past summer, 3 and 4 shows a week out here, and up to the lakes and into Maine and Mass, and it was a lot of hustle, man.
Bouncing all around New England.
Yeah, I got a lot of podcasts listening in on the way, on the way home, I'm excited about the scene out here in the Seacoast. That's what's brought me here, and that's why I was commuting for so long, is because I feel like there's a lot of people here who are, excited to share. Yeah. And excited to build some more community. There's, I think, a lot of people, I don't know how old you are. I assume like in the 30s range.
I'll let you guess. Yes, you got that part right. Would you like to take an exact shot?
Broad. I'll say 32, 5.
35.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. About to be 36. I'll take. I was happier when you went with 32. I thought I stole 3 years there on you.
Well, I'm 32, so
You're 32?
I figured I just I
felt about the same.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
But it
great age, 32.
Yeah, I'm having an awesome time. I'm having a really great time. Again, moving out here has been. I was coming from the country, so it was me and my dog. Who's
the dog? What's the dog's name?
So my dog's name is Mookie.
That's right. You mentioned this on one of my Instagram posts or something.
So I'm very excited to bring that up.
My dog. I have a dog named Mookie as well.
So he's like my dog. Mookie is like my man. He's like my best friend. And the next song I'm actually going to play is about him. It's called Through His Eyes.
Oh, you got a dog song?
Yeah.
Yes. What's that? Sorry, what's it called?
It's called Through His Eyes.
Okay.
It's like totally a love song to my dog.
That is awesome. I love those.
But yeah, Mookie is my boy, man. And he...
Is it about Mookie Betts? Was that mine too?
Yeah.
Still my favorite ball player.
Yeah, man. That was tough to lose.
I know.
He was such a great personality. And my dog Mook is very much like his personality. Like just fun. And
I feel the same way.
Yeah. He's just like, hey.
What's next? It's gonna be fun. Energy.
Yeah, exactly. So he's helped merge that that transition of like moving from the country to here, and he's actually adapted way better than I did, quicker. But I've been having so much fun, man.
So you guys, when you say so now you're feeling like it's kind of like city life in Portsmouth. That's what you mean, right?
A little bit. I definitely. I mean, I've lived in Portsmouth like 10 years ago briefly, but I mean, we were out in the country, and we hike every day, so it was a transition for it was a little bit of a change, but no, man, I've already like the first week, I'm meeting you. I met a bunch of other people just around walking. Like people are just out and about and want to talk and want to. Clearly, I like to talk, and it's a good time in my life to be in an area like this. I feel there's people who are also hungry for art and culture and community and
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and good food.
Good food. You get that in Portsmouth. You also got a smoking music scene in Portsmouth. It's one of the best ones around. You knew that before moving there, though.
I sought it out specifically. I've been a musician my whole life, and I've looked to Portsmouth as like, wow, I really want to. Like, there was this place called the Dolphin Striker that I think it was under the restaurant's Dolphin Striker, but there's this club underneath. I just always like that. I'm straight up living my dream right now. Well, I haven't played that. That when I play there, that'll be living the dream. But, I always look to Portsmouth for like kind of that was my goal, to be able to play like around Portsmouth, to be able to be a part of that community, and honestly to be seen as an artist, and to be like being the offer to come on a show like this as an artist is like, man, that's so cool. And
we're having fun. We could have brought Mookie. We've had dogs in the studio before.
Dude, Mook is so I got to tune up.
There you go. Do that.
Mook is he's damn good dog. Darn good dog. He's a German short-haired pointer.
Okay. An energetic one.
Big time.
And he's adjusting to the city life in Portsmouth. Okay.
He really has done good. I mean, there's so much around Portsmouth. There's the estuaries, there's the beaches, there's,
It's a nice downtown walk, too. It's a good thing for a dog.
Definitely. And it's just a different type of stimulation for the both of us, because we're very, we're high energy, and there's a lot of energy there. Yeah. So it's...
he doesn't care where he is. He just cares that he's with you.
Thank you. That's my parents say.
All right, so Through His Eyes. This is the song, and this is about Mookie.
This is about Mook, yeah.
All right, I like this. Tim Bear joining us here. We got another music show in our Newburyport studios, and he's ready to rock. Let's go.
I gotta get my positioning here. Into his eyes, I saw the truth there. When I looked into his eyes, I saw myself there. When I looked into his eyes, I saw the truth there. When I looked into his eyes, I saw myself there. When his eyes meet my eyes, my heart multiplied inside. When he is by your side, you'll feel twice as large inside. saw the truth there. When I looked into his eyes, I saw myself there. When I looked into his eyes, I saw the truth there. And I felt fine. I felt fine. Na, 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 that's for you, Mook.
All right. Tim Bear, Joppa Afternoon Drive, live at Drew's house.
Thank you.
That's a song about his dog, Mookie. Nice to have dog. I know there are Mookie dogs out there now because I hear them like at the dog park. It always maybe you've noticed it.
I have, yeah.
If somebody yells Mookie in there,
Yes.
who's yelling for my dog? And it's of course, there's another dog, Mookie.
Well, Mookie is certainly, my Mookie is certainly a popular guy too. So he's a man about town. So he's always getting catcalled by people, and hey, Mookie.
Well, very sweet, man. Sounds beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, man, these songs mean a lot to me. So I'm excited to be able to share them. And thanks for having me.
No, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate it. This is what we do it for. I love people. You can always tell too that genuine thing when songs mean something to the people doing them, and I don't know. That's always what I look for in an artist, I think.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, these are some of the first songs that. So that first song, "Morning Ferns," was actually I've been writing it since I was a teenager, and it was originally an acoustic track that was. It was instrumental, and it was long, and it had all these different parts to it, and it's actually. It's turned into I think 3 different songs.
Wow.
So it's there was a chorus part where there was a very soulful chorus that I turned into anyways. Yeah. So these songs have come a long way, and to be honest, the looping pedal has allowed me to kind of satiate them or kind of fill them out in a way. Yep. Because there's these ideas, and you always want to, I was in bands growing up, so I've been lucky to play with a drummer, and I was originally a bass player, actually. You miss, being in a band, you miss those elements, and that just playing the acoustic is, not everybody can pick that stuff up. Some people can do percussive stuff, everything, but the pedal has really allowed me to explore these ideas fully, and again, I'm finding they're always changing. So actually, even that solo at the end there, Through His Eyes, just improv.
Really?
And I added.
You improv it today? You mean?
Just now.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it was.
Do something different every time.
The song, the structure of the song is really the same, but it is how I'm feeling that day. Is very much comes through the solos and comes through. I think that last part. So that's not typically in there, and I was feeling that.
I'm gonna go back and listen again and be like, I wonder how he was feeling that day. What does that sound mean?
I often ask myself, that's what this process is exposing. It's wow, there's all these sounds that mean so much to me, and being able to put them together in a way that actually accurately or authentically represents me is it's the best work I've ever done. Yeah.
I would imagine. So you're that kind of artist who need this. Don't need it. I mean, of course you could sit down and play a campfire, but you love having those. It brings you joy to play around with all that stuff. And I wonder, is that do you ever catch yourself maybe sometimes maybe I should strip that away. Maybe that's too much. Is that part of your job too, to catch yourself in that aspect?
Always. I'm always doing too much in that. And I run that line. Even just then, it's I understand the structure of the song, and that solo. Was there room for it? We'll see.
You'll go back and review
it
yourself.
If there was, but no, I'm constantly critiquing myself and changing things, and and oftentimes, you hear people say, simple is the best. Some of the best songs ever written are just, as simple as can be. The Seven Nation Army type of White Stripes type of mentality. But for me, it's something that I was it's just coming. It's coming organically. The satiation of the song is like, because I've certainly reached those points where it's like, that's too much, I gotta take it back. But actually, even approaching today, I was trying to do acoustic renditions of both these songs, and they're changing again.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
So,
we're here for it. Very good.
Yeah, man. But that's very much as an artist. I'm a soul artist, so I'm playing from my heart every single time I play.
Yeah.
And so whatever you see me closing my eyes and getting into, it's like, that's just me.
It's just what happens.
Yeah. And it's been a great process to be able to share that with people too.
Who are the influences you talk about?
Man, a lot of thank you for asking. Is like, because Jimi Hendrix is like one I was excited to talk about in terms of being a soulful musician. I was watching him live at Monterey the other day. I have the DVD.
Yeah.
I still watch DVDs. And
so do I.
Especially my music DVDs. But watching him, like, where he comes from, I feel like it just resonated so much in terms of, like, he was so brave in what he did too. So, like, he was very, it was loud and it was aggressive and it was out of tune a lot of the time, which I can identify with. And, he was, but just doing exactly what was coming to him as authentic. And he just, he really put himself out there. So as a person, really, he's quite inspiring. But musically, I'm inspired by the world. Like, I love hip hop. I love progressive, like, metal, rock. I love acoustic stuff. I love, I've been trying to define, talking with my brother and my friends, like, trying to define my genre or where I am. And I haven't reached it yet, but I guess the artists that I see in my songs are Leslie Feist, artist named Feist, Corinne Bailey Ray, and maybe some Incubus and Minus the Bear.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really difficult. That's probably the most difficult question I think you can ask.
You're like still struggling with it in your head right now.
Well, it's like there's so many influences. Cause music is such a big deal. It has always been a big deal to me. So I'm one of those kids. When you saw me live, I don't have lyric sheets or anything in front of me. I'm closing my eyes most of the time because it's all memorized. It's everything. Is when I was a kid was just imprinted in me. To where I can just regurgitate it at will.
Wow. Well, that's cool. I'm glad I asked that one then, because it was a loaded answer. I like that. You see where the brain goes. You know what I like about the Hendrix thing is it's actually kind of a good mesh, because you talk about the simple songs, like when he does Watchtower. That's a Bob Dylan tune, and of course that's just Bob on his acoustic guitar. But even Bob Dylan gave Jimi Hendrix credit on Watchtower. He said, I wrote it, he owned it.
Bob's tough, man.
He is tough.
He's really tough. And he doesn't like many people.
That's true. He's got some problems with people, but not Hendrix. He said Hendrix owned Watchtower, which is a good compliment from Bob. So
it's just Jimmy was so original in everything that he did, and was just like a person. That's what he was born to do. Like, it was just, I compared him to Michael Jordan when I was watching him the other day. Just like so fluid, and just like a person like doing what he's supposed to be doing. But also just kind of like, it's a beautiful thing to watch. So not just to listen to, but to watch him do it was like, it's just so smooth, or not, smooth maybe isn't the word, but fluid is the word that I want to use.
Man, that's another one just too soon, just one of those guys lost too soon.
But
so many like, in that business.
And you love to ask what if, some people say it's like, oh, he'd be playing Vegas or whatever. But it's kind of sadly, but it's kind of perfect how it happened.
I know.
I mean,
there is that sort of I mean, the music lives on, so it's like the legend grows, I guess, with it. But
I still find new Jimmy stuff from here and there. I'm just like, whoa, man, that guy was just
Prince is still releasing albums.
Same with Tupac, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely.
They had a lot of stuff that they hadn't released yet.
But influences, man, I are a constant progressive thing. You know, I'm being influenced all the time, and there's stuff that I would love to be able to play that I'm like that doesn't come authentically. I would love to shred some metal, be in a metal band and stuff. It just doesn't come as authentically as some of the soul. Or
you'd find your way around.
I've dabbled before, but no, I'm always I'm influenced by the moment. You know, I'm influenced by the world around us. But I also, at the end of the day, I want to be able to listen to my own songs too. Yeah. And
probably a good measure of an artist, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Do I want to listen to me?
Yeah. It's funny, I showed someone Morning Ferns the other day, and I was like, yeah, that's a good song. I've never said anything about anything like that of myself. I'm a very harsh critic. Yep. And I listened to it, I was like, oh, cool.
The ultimate judge.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's a nice thing.
Well, first time on the show, man, this has been fun. We fly by.
Yeah,
I know it goes by very quickly. We could do this for hours. But when I say that, that means you have to come back on.
Yeah.
We're going to lock you into another show.
Please.
And now you're right down the road in Portsmouth.
Yeah, so. This was so much fun, man.
One more, send people to the website again so you can say your website.
Yeah, Tim Bear Music, Tim Bear _music at Instagram, Facebook. SoundCloud is where you can hear my original tracks through His Eyes, Morning Ferns. I play around Portsmouth. You can come find me at Cup of Joe, Northwoods Brewing, up in the middle of the state.
You do you update the schedule pretty good on the website?
Yeah. I'm an indie artist, so I do every aspect of my act. I do my own recording, I do my own booking, I do my own socials, I do my own. So we
know that story around here.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of work,
but you love it.
It's great, man, and it's the opportunities that it brings have just been really rewarding. So
now we get to meet. This is good.
Yeah, man. And again, I get to thank you because you're one of those people in the crowd I was making eye contact with. And I was like, okay, he's in it.
Yeah.
Like they're there. Like that's cool.
Well, yeah. I'm usually there to see music. I don't really care about the food as much as the music. Usually when I go to places.
Well, they should be complimentary.
There you go. Well said. Yeah. Tim Bear, again, go find him out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. He's going to bring us home with one here. Again, one more shout out to our great team, producer Sarah Hayden, the boss here, technical director Ryan Rothberg, and Sarah Blackstone, our multimedia manager, putting it all together today and doing a good job with all the graphics. I always say I have the easy parts here. I just get to talk to really interesting people like Tim here as they do all the hard work. So we appreciate you guys very much. Happy holidays to you, Tim, and you're going to bring us home with?
This one is called The Minimalist.
Thanks again, man. It was great to meet you. We'll see you again next time. Locked in for a second show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.
You can throw it away, you can throw it away and deal with it on another day. And you can throw it away, you can throw it away, 'cause you know we all disintegrate. throw it away and deal with it on another day. You can throw it away, you can throw it away, because you know we all disintegrate. That you can throw it away. You can throw it away. Because I want it and I got it and I need it all. I need it and I want it and I got it all. I got it and I want it and I need it all. I got it and I want it and I need it all. I need it and I want it and I got it all. I got it and I want it and I need it all. You know that you can throw it away. You know that you can throw it away.